Welcome to Soul, a weekly entertainment show on fashion, arts and culture, relationships, and mental health. Our co-hosts are Imani Warren and Dr. Delvina Thomas. Now introducing our host, Nikki Says YOLO, Nikki Jellin.
Woo! Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to be on this segment tonight. I'm Nikki Says You Only Live Once, and I, on a daily basis, try to or attempt to live on my daily mantra. We have to take every day by the fullest and tap into our gifts and purposes. So welcome to another episode of MIA Magazine Presents. So I'm your host. I'm Nikki Says You Only Live Once. And I've been having a really good week thus far. So I have a really special guest tonight. So y'all know I'm Jamaican. My patois is a little bit, it may not be up to speed or 100%, but I'm going to speak it sometimes. So our guest tonight, he hails from Kingston, Jamaica. Actor and comedian Dale Elliot Jr. Bloop, 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 bloop. Why were you there?
What kind of gun that? What kind of gun that?
You're gonna leave me.
Gun that sounds stush.
Oh, I sound stush?
No, I'm saying the gun shot, where did that fire?
Oh, it was like bloop, 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 bloop.
Never heard of that. Never heard him sound like
No, Dale. Oh my gosh. You know what? When I received the notification that you're my guest for today, I was like, what? I followed him on Instagram. I was like, stop it. You have a tour going on as well. So we have the tour called Problem Child, Bad Picnic. An energetic and playful recounting of your epic childhood trauma that promises nonstop laughter for audiences nationwide. Dale, okay. I feel so privileged and honored to be with you at this moment. I'm Jamaican. I kind of feel like I...
Feel like a Yankee? No, let's just say that you feel like...
Put me out there. So, you're right. But my first question is, tell us about your childhood and why was it like an epic childhood trauma?
So I've been through a lot in terms of me growing up. And when I name myself the problem child, it's not necessarily bad traumas. It's basically experiences that everybody go through. If you have Jamaican parents, you have to be very disciplined. They are very miserable at times. And if you're a Jamaican child, you give a lot of trouble. You get in trouble a lot. And there's always discrepancies between you and your parents. So being labeled as a problem child has been something since I was 2-3 years old, where you see Dale, it's just problem. So, and Bad Picnic. So that is why I named the tour Problem Child Bad Picnic, because that has been a name that people always call me. And I was just always referred to as the Bad Picnic. So that's why I'm going to call it Problem Child.
Okay, so I just want to, the word trauma.
Yes.
It's a very heavy word.
Yes.
But I know you're also a comedian as well. You're an actor comedian. Yeah. But the word childhood trauma, it is very heavy.
Heavy.
So did you have any traumas, or why is your tour named Childhood Trauma? Like, bring us through that to bring us to where you are right now.
The reason why I said trauma is because so at that age, while experiencing it as a child, we would, when you're younger, every Jamaican child have a period in them time when they're running at them house and say, I'm gonna run away, I'm not gonna come back. Like my family, Americans would be like, I hate you, I'm gonna run away. Some stuff like that. So I used to look at it as a trauma, but it really was lessons. But these are experiences that is embedded in all Jamaican people, what they go through from the parents. So is it a trauma to the point of where it affects you? Not necessarily, but it's experiences. You watch the videos. I'm sure you can recall instances of those same traumas that you experience, and you are successful today. So it doesn't always affect you. I don't think the term trauma can only deserves to be used as something to be negative.
No, and I respect that. So I know like last month was like mental health awareness within
Yes.
the Western cultural society.
Yeah.
And it's something that's not taken lightly. So that's why I was asking you as far as trauma. And I know you have like a comedial skit. It's very funny. I love to follow it. I'm Jamaican, but I know I sound really
Oh, hold on. I'm
Americanized or
sorry, Dale. We need you
Yankee
looking
wise
up,
or
Dale.
whatever.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's why I wanted to ask you about the word trauma to see how if it was severe in your upbringing or if it really traumatized you at a certain level. So that's why I was asking you about, because again, it is the bad pick me energetic and playful recounting of your epic childhood trauma. So and I get it, and I can relate because I'm Jamaican. So my mom is Jamaican, stush, strong patois accent, but she have her little what y'all do. And when I decided to go natural, so I'm natural. I wanted to cut the perm hair off. She said to me, "Wrong, what's wrong with you? You're gonna cut the hair. What's wrong with you? You're gonna look ugly. You're gonna look ugly with a nappy hair." So I wanted to just understand if it was really like in-depth
If
trauma
it
or if
affects
it was just a part of your upbringing. So that's why I wanted to ask you that question.
I personally believe Jamaican parents cannot do better. I think this is it. I just them that. Um, my grandmother used to threaten me, try cut me hair when me asleep. Say she no Rasta not grow in our house, and it's not like I wanted to be like a Rastafari, and I just like dreadlocks. And
Yeah.
my grandmother just never liked that, but it turned out is not. She just never liked the ugly stage. The
The
ugly stage.
dreadlocks.
Yeah,
Mm.
because locks this length looks way different from locks this length. So I understand now. I understand now.
Yeah, it's an understanding, yes. And the thing is, when I decide, okay, I have fake dreadlocks right now, but it's whatever. But when I went natural with my afro, my mom had the perm, and then when I went natural, she decided to go natural a couple of months afterwards.
And take
So
credit for
I
it.
I understand. I get that.
And gave
So
you no acknowledgement as to why she went natural.
the edges was kind of deteriorating, all that stuff. Anyways.
You gotta do it right here, so you gotta tell everybody say your mother now on the edges. Right here,
And
so
she hate when I call her out. All
Wow.
right. So Dale Elliott Jr., when did you realize you were funny?
When I realized I was funny, it's because so basically I grew up in a household with a lot of different characters. You mentioned mental health. Um, I grew up in a household where some people were suffering from mental health. These were people that were close to me, and in order for us to really we used to the way we used to look at the situation, it's not as like bad as other people. So for instance, they used to call my house like the mad house, where the mad house, because of just the vibe. 9 times out of 10 people used to be arguing, and because of the different characters in the house, I used to sit and like mimic them and be like,
Oh,
okay, so today I'm going to be Uncle Earl, tomorrow I'm going to be Andra. And then I
girl.
used to just switch between the characters. And because of how it's a family, it's an extended family, we used to sit and talk during the night. So 9 times out of 10, I was always the one talking, trying to reenact something that happened throughout the day. And people would always be laughing. So my aunts would always say, yo, little boy, so he's a comedian. So that has always been a thing. And when I was in high school, primary school, I always was the class clown, if I'm being very honest. Sitting at the back of the class, watch, just basically mess around. I was always that mess around kid, and it just worked. And the laughs that I used to receive, it just used to do something for me, Like I love laugh after my pain. So I used to just love sit down and laugh. So I'm always being funny or making jokes is something that I like to do, and I've always been able to do it.
Yeah, so you've kind of turned that energy that you received as a youth into something positive. So you observed when you were younger, and as you got older, can I say that you kind of like consumed it internally, and then as far as you just kind of externalizing is when everything is now coming out. So that's kind of how.
Because you are a product of your environment. So a lot of the facets to me is based off where I was at a specific time in my life.
Yeah.
So I grew up the first half of my childhood, I grew up with my father's mother, and then the second half I grew up with my mother's mother. So I never
two grandmothers.
So I never grew up with my mother and father. My mother and father lived abroad. So one grandmother was an extended family with a lot of people where I had the freedom to go out, coming late sometimes, explore. And then the other grandmother is where the discipline would come in. Oh, you have to study a book. You have to get good grades, come home on time, spread your bed when you wake up. So it's a lot of the characters in my life that I end up like emulate is based off of who I'm around
you're an environment of your growing up. You like, so how you grow up influences how you are. So we have a video that we're going to show right now showing you in action and just what you're all about. So let's go ahead and drop the video.
Me used to get beaten when we grew up at Jamaica. And when we tell you something used to get beaten, my grandmother used to me up. But me deserve every single lash me ever get in my life from my grandmother. And I did both of them. The way me used to get beaten, my grandmother used to tell other people to beat me in case she not did it. Yeah. My grandmother used to be like, the teacher called, she said, all right teacher, I said, here we must do. You see, the next time you get trouble, me say you have to beat him. Stranger, me would just play upon the road and a random man just start beat me. I said, yo, your grandmother said me beat him.
Oh my gosh, dear, I'm the same way. Look. I can totally relate to the whole, but for me it was box and thump. I'm gonna box you, I'm gonna thump you.
Pinch.
So that was me.
That pinch.
A pinch.
You remember a pinch? Oh, Jesus.
The pinch was sweet. The pinch was sweet. Okay.
The pinch was when people did it.
Yes, in public.
Turn.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you know what, Dale? I have a lot of questions I want to ask because I am Jamaican born, living in the Western culture. So before I get to those questions, we do have a few messages to drop. So to our audience, keep it locked. We'll be right back.
I grew up down here in South Florida, so for me, it's a little bit more personal.
For the Mesman & Dover Law Firm, it's about community.
For us, South Florida's our home. You all are our people.
Our family. Our future.
The difference we'll make for you, your loved ones, your kids, matters. Because to us, it's personal.
If you need us, call us 24/7 at 866-954-MORE.
That's 866-954-6673. The Mesman & Dover Law Firm, youraccidentattorneys.com.
At DRT Behavioral Services, we provide culturally sensitive mental health evaluations with thorough treatment plans, incorporating alternative forms of wellness, not just Western traditional medicine. Besides medication management and psychotherapy, we provide education to people in the areas of minority mental health with classes on your diet's impact on mood and sleep hygiene for better rest. We also offer weight loss therapy, massages, and facials. Visit brainlovehelp.com today.
Help comes in many forms. As a Miami-Dade County bus operator, you can help your community, help those in need, and even help yourself. Operators have the opportunity to earn more than $50,000 a year plus built-in overtime, earn more than 13 paid holidays and vacation days, and take advantage of the tuition reimbursement program. Plus, qualified new drivers will receive a $5,000 sign-on bonus. Become a driving force in our community. Apply now at miamidade.gov/busdriver.
My Miami, it's a one-of-a-kind combination of bold, vibrant art that's made to be free, to go on stages, walls, or become them. It all leads me to a world filled with warm waters and extraordinary trails. This is when I'm at my best, when I'm embracing my art venturous side. This is my Miami. What's yours?
Back to our Jamaican actor, comedian, Dale Elliot Jr. So I want to ask you this really deep question. I moved to the States in 92. I'm in my late 30s right now. Yes, 92. You're a Gen Z. You're a Gen Z. So whatever. I'm a millennial. You're a Gen Z.
I am a millennial.
Oh, you're millennial. Oh.
Yes.
Well, you know, Jamaican blood don't crack. Okay, so
92, I wasn't born yet, though.
Okay. I'm gonna move on. All right. So I'm gonna just move on then, because I was born in 84 and moved to the States in 92. But you're saying you weren't even born in 92, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm a millennial. You're
I am a millennial.
So let me ask you this. There's a lot of immigrants.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're, especially within, you know, my battery's about to die. Hold on. Let me replenish my battery life. Hold on. There's a lot of millennials or Gen Zs who they have a hard time relating to Western culture in a sense. And you're able to cross over into both cultures, like Caribbean Jamaican and the Western culture. Why are you able to relate to that particular culture? You have a huge following on social media. So why do you feel that your message or your skits are so relatable to the crossovers? Because as far as identifying, sometimes it's so hard to be in both places at the same time. And I struggle with that. So how do you balance that identification?
You know what's funny? We have a lot in common. Black people have a lot in common. So for instance, when I went to Africa, I realized that there's a lot of things that the African that people in Africa do that the Caribbean people do. And just as so culturally, we are really the same, especially for parenting. Black parents on a whole are typically the same, especially Caribbean and African parents. The Caribbean and African parents, they have a lot in common. So you know the way how I crossed over was basically because they go through the same things as us as children. Because trust me, Nigerian parents are just like Jamaican parents. Ghanaian parents are like Jamaican parents. Black African American parents are just like Jamaican parents. And then because the world is now a global community, now is when we are seeing it. Because the social media, you see it in 2 seconds. So somebody living in California and another person living in Florida versus another person living in Jamaica, now we are really realizing how much linked we are as Black people. Because really and truly, we're really going through the same thing and we're the same type of people. I don't know nobody that is Black that like cold. I've never seen a Black person that's like, I love the winter. That's not stuff. You know?
Okay.
There are no Black people that's like, I cannot wait to just go swim in the ocean. You know, I cannot wait to go in the submarine and go down for thousands of miles to see the Titanic. I've never heard a Black person say, I want to see the Titanic. I think that is universal. You know, I don't personally think so a lot of the cultural differences is really race. So 9 times out of 10, if you as a person is going through something or experience something, another black person is going to have the exact same experience, and you guys are going to resonate with it the same way. So I found out that parenting is a easy way to cross over, because we all go through the same growing up with black parenting, with black parents.
Okay, so Dale, I have so many more questions I want to ask you. Because being a millennial kid and being Jamaican and crossing over into Western culture, and given where you are right now, would just kind of resonate into us. I have a lot of questions. But before I get into those questions, we have to go on to our next commercial break. So y'all keep it locked. Let's drop our messages.
Help comes in many forms. As a Miami-Dade County bus operator, you can help your community, help those in need, and even help yourself. Operators have the opportunity to earn more than $50,000 a year plus built-in overtime, earn more than 13 paid holidays and vacation days, and take advantage of the tuition reimbursement program. Plus, qualified new drivers will receive a $5,000 sign-on bonus. Become a driving force in our community. Apply now at miamidade.gov/bus driver.
When quality care is a priority.
One Miami? Think again. You might discover her Miami, a fitnesscape, a relaxing beach getaway full of kicking, swinging, grunting, swimming, spinning, and steaming. There's a Miami that's art-venturous, full of bold, vibrant art made to go on walls or stages, then combines with landscapes and waterways begging for outdoor adventures. And get your appetite ready for a Miami that's deluxious, because it sizzles, sautés, dashes, and shakes. Oh, and for dessert, a decadent voyage of 5-star luxury. There's a Miami perfect for you, waiting to be discovered. The only question is, what Miami will you choose?
My Miami is a serene getaway of kicking, swinging, grunting, swimming, spinning, and steaming. It's my special place I can only find in this special place. I call this endorphin-inducing retreat my fitnesscape. This is my Miami. What's yours?
All right, so Dale Elliot Jr., let's get into your tour. Okay, so we've spoken about just where it came from. You are touring. I want to say you've been in Brooklyn, New York. You're coming down to South Florida and Coral Springs. So tell us about your tour, the Bad Picnic tour. So give us more details and what can we expect?
It's perfect. The venue is wheelchair accessible. The content is family friendly. I know you told me about it. You told me that you are interested to come.
Yes.
I have a lot of surprise people coming as well. I have Julie Mango as the host.
Ooh.
And I have 2 special opening acts for comedians. And this is just going to be a fun family problem day where I'm going to where I am explaining my trauma in front of everybody. And it was close to Jamaica, so now I'm going to take my grandmother to the show as well.
It's so needed because it makes me feel like I'm back in my culture, you know. My mom lives in Boca, Coral Springs first, and now that's Boca, but I can so identify with the culture that you want to speak to and identify with. And I really appreciate that. Me growing up was Oliver, Oliver and Company. Oliver and Company was who I resonate with growing up as a liquor girl in Jamaica. So I want to just thank you and give you your flowers now for just continuing our culture and doing a little crossover fusion as to where we are right now. So thank you.
Young people, we have a, so what Oliver paved the way for us. So now it's up to us to transcend and to try make that other step. So it's look like I'm just going to be the one that does it.
and that's your gift and your calling.
Yep.
So Dale, continue to do what you're doing. I'll continue to support and like and comment, and we'll see you next month.
Thank you.
All right, bye, picnic. Bloop, 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 bloop. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. So we'll see you on the next segment. And everyone, thank you so much for being our guest tonight. And we'll see you on our next show, MIA. So y'all keep it locked on social, MIA Media GRP, and also the MIA Magazine. Thank you so much.